double in the question. Could I say when I move from here, I'll free? Could I say when I move from here, I'll free? You say one talk again. I wanted to mean who talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, looking, hi, looking. Then you want post another more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm going to again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you,
okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time
to explain. Yeah. Okay.
Another day, another week, a new one as a matter of fact. This is indisputably the biggest thing on radio anywhere in Liberia at this time. This is the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5 with Julius J. Yours truly. Yours humbly. Do you remember writing those letters in elementary, learning how to write friendly letter and business letter? Truly yours truly. We are here till 5:50, 59 thereabouts. Liberia as a country faces different crises at different levels. One of such is the drug epidemic. We've talked about it here several times before, perhaps more than several, a whole lot of times. We've reported on it. Instances of death all over the place. Recently in places like Bassa, Grand Cape Mount, Montserrado. Drug-related deaths from Kush and others to zombie to solar panel to something else.
Who kept it going? 'Cause you never know that the truth was shown.
At 4:30, all the way to 6 o'clock, we'll place a spotlight on this crisis. We hear some live experiences of people who may have been affected, families torn to the core as a result of this. We hear from professionals. Senator Darius DeLong has been doing something about that. We hope to get some people out of his place, perhaps he himself to get a word out of him. So it's going to be that kind of discussion from 4:30. We hope to have some aggrieved employees of the Ministry of Transport at 4 p.m. They are not happy. They are not pleased. They think their government is shortchanging them with this deal that effectively emasculates the Ministry of Transport. When you emasculate, you weaken. Yeah, don't think that other way. Yeah, you know, the first one of the first definitions of emasculate would be to castrate. But it's also to weaken, so that will emasculate the Ministry of Transport. So they will be here. Let's hear from them. Before that, we'll talk some things that matter to the country. A whole lot is happening on today. The president is in Bong County, or has been in Bong County, because I don't know if he's on his way back now. Dedication of projects all over the place. Ownership here and there. Different things to talk about, all intended to help move the country forward, and we'll continue to play our part. So welcome, thanks for being there. Fact check is also ahead of us. So yeah, that's why it is, right here on the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. This is where we go next. So what's making news then? The Democratic Republic of Congo and M23 rebels have signed a ceasefire deal in Qatar to end fighting between the warring sides. Dubbed the Declaration of Principles, Saturday's agreement seen by the BBC says both sides must refrain from attacks, hate propaganda, and any attempt to seize by force new positions on the ground. The declaration is intended as a roadmap towards a permanent settlement. Prominent Kenyan activist Boniface Mwangi has been charged with illegal possession of ammunition linked to protests last month in which at least 19 people were killed. He denied the charge and has been released on bail. He was not charged with facilitation of terrorist acts, as the police had earlier said. On Sunday, investigators said they had seized the phones, a laptop, and notebooks from his Lukenya home on the outskirts of the capital, Nairobi, and hard drives, computers, tear gas canisters, and a blank firearm from his office in the city. And President Isaias Afwerki of Eritrea has cautioned neighboring Ethiopia against launching a new war amid escalating tensions over Ethiopia's push to access the Red Sea via Eritrea. Ties between the two one-time enemy countries became strained when Ethiopia concluded a deal for access to the port of Berbera in Somaliland, a self-declared independent region of Somalia. Afwerki, who has ruled Eritrea since independence, warned Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed that Eritrea cannot simply be overwhelmed despite a smaller population of 3.5 million compared to Ethiopia's 130 million. Share the video, invite others to join in. I believe we are also live on YouTube. Yes, indeed. Let's take a break with some of our sponsors. We'll take our fact checkers for a whole lot of things to talk about. And as you always know, we place the issues where where they belong. I hope some of you went to services yesterday. Yeah, usually the morning hours, the rains will fall. You know, sometimes it is cold. But that's what it is. It is what it is, you know. So yeah, let's take a very, very quick break with some of our sponsors here. When we come back, the issues that matter will be on the cards. Stick there. Don't go away. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're following from.
Tax payment is a national duty.
When we all contribute, we become entitled to development.
We are the authors of our destiny.
Tax payment is a commitment we make towards the future of the unborn generation.
When we pay taxes, we hold our leaders accountable.
Be a part of change. Be a part of transformation.
Pay tax. We all enjoy.
Things are on me, oh. With the emergency, how do I manage again?
Portano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick, oh. I won't go find somebody to credit me, then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you, oh. But the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Break added to more money today. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can even ask you for collateral set.
I'm going there right now. No wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back. Oh.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so? I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank not easy, oh. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Yamaha CFL Mobility. Yamaha, I don't ride Yamaha, I can move in the mall on top of the sky. Yamaha, I don't ride Yamaha, I can move in the water on the quota. Yamaha, I don't ride Yamaha, I can move in the mall on top of the sky. Yamaha, I don't ride Yamaha, I can move in the water on the quota. Yamaha J, the king of the road and the giant for all of the quota. Once you all can fly on the ocean, it can take you from Ghana with motion. CFL Mobility, I can sell the original quality. The people in Sale will celebrate Yamaha breath, dropping the prices on Yamaha breath. Making the service affordable, spare by the durable bananas and strap up. The people they selling the commercial Yamaha motorbike, selling a fishing boat engine. July 1st, by the Yamaha birthday. Today that Yamaha birthday, we offering services, discount prices at our office. Until while we talking it and we're doing it bigger. Today that Yamaha birthday, July 1st, by the Yamaha birthday. Today la Yamaha birthday, Judah first para Yamaha birthday. Today la Yamaha birthday, Judah first para Yamaha birthday. Today la Yamaha birthday. Whoa, my people. This July 1st, Yamaha Motor is celebrating 70 powerful years. In Liberia, you are invited. Come say on time just before Lockington Cinema for a one-of-a-kind celebration. Yamaha is more than just motorcycle. We are powering land and water. Check out our strong, fuel-efficient Yamaha motorbike built for Liberia's road, reliable for your hustle, and now available at special discount prices. Trust my level, Yamaha la not play oh. And for our river communities and business people, Yamaha world-class boat engines are ready for you too. Yamaha get boat engines that are very powerful, trusted worldwide, and they are now available in Liberia. Do you need servicing or you need spare parts? Forget about it. Yamaha get your solution on July 1st. Just check out our Seyon office before Lockington Simon. You will see Yamaha bidding. You check there on the 1st of July from the morning to the afternoon or the evening. You will see the people doing services at our special anniversary discount prices. Yamaha Motors on the road and on the river, we move forward. Quietly.
Welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius. Share the video. Invite others to join in. Yep. Let's take our fact check right now with our partners. LVL, that's Local Voices Liberia. What do they have for us on today? Let's listen.
The fact check segment. The segment debunks disinformation and provides the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. My name is Siawe Meapu, and today we'll be fact-checking claims made in the last couple of days. To begin with, on July 20, former Finance Minister Samator Jonion claimed in a Facebook post that between January 2024 and the end of June 2025, the prices of basic commodities were 12.48% more expensive under the UP than they were under the CDC. Toa cited latest CPR data to back his claim, providing an analogy that if something cost Liberian dollars 100 under the CDC, it now cost Liberian dollars 112.48 under the Unity Party. To verify this claim, we review the latest CPR cited by the former finance minister. CPR is the Customer Price Index, a number that measures how much prices of common goods and services are rising or falling over time. We reviewed the latest data and found that when the CDC left office in January 2024, Liberia's Customer Price Index in that month was 696.82. A review of the data found the CPR at the end of June 2025 to be 783.2 from 669.2 in January 2024, a difference of 86.37. We found the percentage change to be 12.4%. We conclude, based on our findings, that the claim made by former Finance Minister Samator that prices have been 12.4% higher between January 2024 and June 2025 under the UP administration is correct. On July 18, Ambulai Mame, a panelist on Spoon Talk, claimed in a Facebook post that when the CDC came to power in 2018, Liberia's external debt portfolio was US $670 million. According to him, this number jumped to US $1.2 billion after the CDC's 6-year term. Mame made this claim to discourage Liberians from cherry-picking only 2023 data to highlight the gains made by the CDC. Something he said does not tell the full story of the party's mismanagement. To verify this claim, we review the Ministry of Finance annual public debt management reports along with the Central Bank of Liberia annual reports. A review of the debt management report by the Ministry of Finance reveals that Liberia's external debt as of 2018 totaled US 676 million. As of 2023, Liberia's external debt had climbed to US 1.3 billion, according to the Ministry of Finance annual public debt management report. The Central Bank of Liberia's 2023 annual report also put Liberia's external debt at US 1.2 billion before the CDC left office. Based on these facts, we conclude that the claim made by Abdullahi Mamey that before the CDC came to power in 2018, Liberia's external debt was at US 670 million and jumped to US 1.2 billion in 2023 after the CDC tenure is mostly correct. As of 2018, Liberia's external debt was 676 million when the CDC came to office and rose to about US 1.3 billion at the end of 2023 when they were leaving office. And finally, on July 17, Nima County Senator Yan Twayen Jr. claimed in a Facebook post that the Constitution of Liberia provides that the total number of members of the House of Representatives shall not exceed 100. Currently, the House of Representatives has 73 members. Senator Twayen raised concerns about the credibility of Liberia's 2022 census data, specifically questioning why some counties with historically small populations show sharp increases, while Nima County, which is typically populous, shows a population decline. To fact-check whether the Constitution of Liberia states that the total number of members of the House of Representatives shall not exceed 100, we reviewed the 1986 Constitution and found the claim to be correct. Article 48 of the 1986 Constitution clearly states the number of seats in the House of Representatives shall not exceed 100, provided, however, that a constituency must have at least 20,000 inhabitants as ascertained by the National Elections Commission. This is all we have time for on the Fact Check segment. The segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia, OKFM, Prime FM, and Cool FM to counter disinformation to help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project, implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder partner had no say in the editorial decision leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We will be back with more Fact Check reports to help you know the real facts. If you want us to fact check a claim for you, please send us a text to WhatsApp on 0777556296 and we will check for you. Also, follow us on Facebook at Local Voices Liberia, on X at LVL Fact Check, and go to our website at www.localvoicesliberia.com. I'm Siawe Miapo. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Okay, thanks so kindly for being there. That's our colleagues at Local Voices Liberia. Yep, this is it. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. A whole lot of things are happening. So we know now that lawmakers, especially the speakers of the parliaments of Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, which in French will say Côte d'Ivoire, and Guinea, they have signed a landmark agreement creating the Mano River Union Parliament, a new regional body aimed at tackling shared problems through legislative cooperation. So the MRU has been existing, Mano River Union. Originally, among the Mano River countries of Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, and then Ivory Coast was added, even though The Mano River doesn't cover there, but there is the Kavala between Liberia and Ivory Coast, and of course these four countries are like brothers and sisters. So the four of them, beyond just the executive connections that have characterized the relationship among the four countries, they've decided to go a step further to bring their parliaments together. Just like you have ECOWAS and you have the ECOWAS Commission, you have the ECOWAS Parliament. They've decided to have the MRU Parliament as well, where they will have a parliamentary body. So leading that charge were the four speakers, including Liberia's Riche Nangbe Kun. On the surface, I think it is a good thing, deeper cooperation among neighbors, among countries. Yeah. When we get the full details of what it is, I hope we can, we will bring it to you. How is it going to be like? What are the details? How is it going to be run? All of those things. But on the surface, right now, we cannot offer a critique except to say, yeah, and certainly that's exactly what it is. So kudos to the four countries. Kudos to Richard Nangbekun and his guys for this initiative. It's a very good thing. Now, okay, so I want to read something for you very quickly from our friends near the capital, near our capital. That is from the Chinese embassy. The ambassador spoke, the Chinese ambassador spoke at the Liberia Technology Summit. This technology summit here was held on today. So this is his speech. You know, China is a very big tech country when it comes to tech. The other time I was explaining to you when we went there some of the things I observed and how one little boy just turned his iPad up and down. So they are big in tech. So let's hear what he had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to speak at this Liberia Technology Summit 2025, a great event of historic significance. Scientific and technological innovation is the key engine for the development of human society and an important means to address global challenges. At present, a new round of scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation is reshaping the global innovation landscape and the global economic structure. Digital technology and digital economy, as the forerunners of the world's scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation, are increasingly integrated into the entire process of economic and social development. The digital transformation of the global economy is becoming an inevitable trend. Meanwhile, human society faces mounting major challenges. International cooperation, openness, and sharing in science and technology are needed more than ever before. This summit focuses on science and technology legislation, digital infrastructure development, and digital applications in education, healthcare, and finance, and discusses promoting in-depth integration of the digital economy and the real economy, which is highly timely and relevant. It demonstrates Liberia's strategic vision to seize the opportunities of the new round of scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation, thereby accelerating the implementation of Liberia's arrest agenda for inclusive development. Ladies and gentlemen, China attaches great importance to the development of science and technology. No doubt. I was telling you, and everybody is aware. With its talent-driven development strategy, I like that. China is committed to self-reliance and self-improvement in science and technology and promotes innovations that defy imagination. China has a large number of high-quality workers and entrepreneurs, the world's largest number of scientists and engineers, and the world's largest full-time equivalent of R&D personnel. A talent dividend is taking shape. China is the world's second largest R&D investment country and the largest patent application country, ranking 11th in the 2024 Global Innovation Index. China has the largest number of lighthouse factories in the world, accounting for more than 40%. There are 71 artificial intelligence unicorn companies, accounting for nearly 1/3 of the world. In emerging industries, including new energy, advanced materials, and next-generation IT, China plays a leading role globally, driving domestic economic transformation and upgrading and facilitating worldwide digital transformation and green transition. By leveraging science, technology, innovation, China is increasingly contributing to international peace and development. Also, China promotes open, fair, equitable, and non-discriminatory international science and technology cooperation, develops science for the benefit of all regardless of borders, and jointly build a global science and technology community. China will set up a global-scale scientific research fund, scale up C-Tech assistance to developing countries, share its innovative achievements with more countries, and allow scientific and technological progress to benefit all mankind. It is worthwhile to note that at the ministerial meeting of coordinators on the implementation of the outcomes of the Beijing summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation FOCAC, concluded last month, China pledged enhanced cooperation with Africa in priority areas including green industries, e-commerce and e-payment, science and technology, and artificial intelligence. These initiatives align with the focus of today's summit. Ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead, science and technology innovation and cooperation will serve as a new engine of China-Liberia strategic partnership. May I offer the following proposals for further advancing bilateral C-Tech collaboration. First, engaging in strategic policy dialogue on ICT development frameworks and collaboratively addressing global challenges such as cybersecurity. Second, exploring cooperation in areas ranging from smart agriculture, digital education, e-health, e-governance to digital transformation of traditional industries, therefore advancing industrial upgrading and value addition and contributing to socio-economic progress. Third, enhancing collaboration within multilateral frameworks, including the International Telecommunication Union, fostering synergy in capacity building programs, telecommunications, connectivity, and innovation hub development, among other priority areas. Fourth, strengthening cooperation of empowering women and youth in science and technology, encouraging business-to-business exchanges and cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, Liberia's journey of C-Tech development will be, and we hear C-Tech it's a coined word including science and technology. So they say SCR dot, that's dash TECH, C-Tech. Okay, just so you know. Which one this guy keeps calling C-Tech? So Liberia's journey of C-Tech development will be marked by challenges yet boundless possibilities. As a trusted partner, China will work with Liberia following the principles of sincerity, real results, amity, and good faith, and the spirit of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefit to chart a new chapter in China-Liberia friendship and cooperation. Wish the summit a great success. Thank you. So, there's this Liberia Technology Summit. And the Chinese ambassador spoke there. And I like, I always like for people to say what their country is, what their country has, the potential and the abilities and the capacity and the capabilities of their countries to be able to put. So he sets forth exactly what China is, what China has achieved technologically, and there is no gainsaying the fact that these things are true. And they may be way ahead of a whole lot of countries that may not know that they're ahead in terms of technology. Technology solves problems. It's a problem-solving thing. Huh? They're able to make robots that take food now to your room, to your hotel room. We saw one in one of the hotels we were in. You know, you can order food and it will not be human being bringing it. Yeah, from the kitchen they'll just put your food onto that thing and it will come with it. It looks like a table-like kind of stuff. But it will bring the food. It will bring the food. No matter, it will get in the elevator and stop on your floor and come to your room. Technology. So there's a whole lot happening. You see people are now venturing into driverless cars, electric vehicles, and all these kinds of things. Mobile phone technology, just forget it. They're there. So, yeah, touting that kind of capability is good. Then the proposals, quite good. Do we have the base? Do we have the technical wherewith? I really do not think so. But it is a place to start from. In a relationship with a country like China, it is something you could tap on. You know, as a country that may want to, if we actually want to venture into those areas, you need, he said, talent-driven development. Yeah, talent-driven development. You need it. The talents are here. It's to advance them, you know. It's to help polish them, make them better, and be able to utilize them to add up to the whole development package. So yeah, that is good. That is good. That is good. What else do we have? The Ministry of Health, they've launched something they call anti-fraud, anti-corruption, and whistleblower protection policy. A step towards greater transparency. I really just hope all of these things can work. You know, and not just for the sake of having them there. You know, not just for the sake of having them there. I hope they can work. Because if it can work, then it will be a good thing. Because a whole lot of bad things happen in our different sectors. A whole lot of bad things. And somebody should be able to report these kinds of things. So, this is what they said. Let me read. Ministry of Health reinforces zero tolerance for corruption with new anti-fraud policies. So at least this will tell us how it works. The Ministry of Health has officially launched its anti-fraud, anti-corruption, and whistleblower protection policy to reinforce its commitment to transparency and accountability in the health sector. The policy outlines clear procedures for reporting fraud, protecting whistleblowers, and promoting ethical conduct across all levels of the health sector. It reflects the Ministry's zero tolerance for corruption and aligns with national and international anti-corruption standards. The health and trust of the Liberian people depend on the integrity of our healthcare system. This policy is a bold step towards building a more transparent and accountable health sector, said Dr. Louise Mpoto, Minister of Health. To read the full policy, visit the website. So they have a website there. So go on Ministry of Health Republic of Liberia Facebook page. That stuff is there to read the whole thing of how it works. I may post that later. But it is very important to look at it. Maybe you go to the hospital, someone is doing something wrong. It could be a way of letting them know. The University of Liberia Faculty Association (OFA) has issued a 1-month ultimatum to the UL administration, the Liberian Senate, and the executive branch to settle long-standing grievances over unpaid retroactive salaries, poor working conditions, and administrative inaction, or face possible academic shutdown before the new semester begins. So, Faculty Association of UL still have their issues. Those issues remain unresolved. We know these formed part of the campaign process in 2023. All of these things were part of it. Change. They want to feel the change, and they think it hasn't come soon enough as a shoot. So they're not just going on strike now. They're giving their administration and the government 1 month to be able to do something. So this is what we call constructive notice. So it's up to the administration now and the government to ensure that they are meeting the needs of these people. So we can confirm, as our correspondents have been doing, that an NTA bus was able to travel from Monrovia during this rainy season in July, from here to all the way Harper in Maryland County. And I think that's a good thing, because the rain is falling. You can see the bus very dirty somewhere in Plebo or Harper. The picture that we saw, our correspondents were able to confirm that. NTA is saying they're charging $3,500 Liberian to go that way. The problem there, I'm very sure that bus will get overwhelmed. It will get full. Yeah, 3,500, less than 20, a little less than $20. Yeah, people used to pay huge sums. So you see what when we try. So just imagine us trying to pave these roads. So I've paved roads all over the country. It will do a whole lot. That's why some of us are very, very interested in the paving of all of these roads. Because if all these cars are able to travel, that's how you ease the suffering. That's how you reduce the suffering of the people. That kind of huge transportation costs, or cars getting stuck and all those kinds of things. Yeah, so kudos to NTA. We hope it will continue. Given the price and everything, and the fact that it is covering Maryland, River G, and Grand Jeddah, perhaps, I don't know. No, they don't have a whole lot of buses yet. The buses that should have come, that they said will have come, haven't come. So if you have more buses in country, you could now say, okay, each of those counties will have their own buses running there, like one to Grand Jeddah, one to River G, one to Maryland, one to where Grand Crew. People don't travel a lot from Grand Crew to Monrovia, but yeah, you could put one there, put one to Riverside, or you put one on this side, Riverside, and Grand Crew could have one. Sign and Grand Crew, Riverside. Yeah, but I don't know how this side of the road is. I don't know if it is as good as this other side. Because usually when they're talking about Southeast Road Bar, it's not the one that passes through Bassa to Riverside to Sino. Usually we don't talk about that one. It is this one that passes through Nimba to Grand Jeddah to River G to Maryland that we usually talk about when we're talking about the roads being bad. Now, they still look relatively good as per information we've been getting. Maybe one day we'll just go there and go see for ourselves. So that's a good thing to hear. We want more of that. Yeah? More of that. So we also know that President Wakai has launched the regional passport hub, a passport service center. Ministry of Foreign Affairs wants people to not come way to Monrovia. So counties like Bong, Nimba, Lofa can just come to Bong County in Banga to the passport hall to do their passport processing. A very good thing to do. That's what we call decentralization. Decentralization. It's a very good thing to do. While the president was doing that one today in Banga, there was the foreign minister was also in Grand Jeddah to launch the same passport service center there. When the regional hubs existed, all of these things were supposed to be there. What really happened between Ellington to Weirton, that these regional hubs just went down the drain, nobody can really say, but those issues have been there. So yeah, it is, you want to make it easier People will not have to travel way here just for passport. The only question I have, and hopefully we may be able to bring answers tomorrow, is before you do passport, especially first timer, you will need to have birth certificate or a document from birth certificate people that you apply for birth certificate, blah, 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 and you're going for passport. Will the birth certificate component be there in the county too? Because that's important. You can't just go for a passport. If you didn't have a passport before, you can't just go and get a passport. You have to show, unless that has changed. So let me be a little careful. But I know before I could go for, the only reason I got birth certificate was because I was going for passport. And I needed to submit birth certificate before I did my first time ever passport. I do not believe that has changed. I think it is still the same. So, because if people still need to come to Monrovia, and I'm not saying people come to Monrovia to do birth certificate, but if that's the case, then the birth certificate thing too has to be side by side with the passport thing. So you don't have to come way Monrovia for birth certificate. Why ask Ministry of Foreign Affairs, say, no, we want you to come way here for passport business, just go here. But you still have to come. Then it's the same waste of time. It will be the same problem. So those two things have to go hand in hand. Hopefully tomorrow we should be able to know exactly how that operates. So it is a good thing. The president was also able to go to the border between, is that what they call border? The boundary. Let me use boundary. Border is usually used for countries. So the boundary between Lofa and Bong, once you cross into Lofa, Representative Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler built what is called a rest stop, somewhere where you're traveling to rest and all of that. So the president is dedicating that. And, I think he has his movement of Falashins. The Falashins say if you touch the president, they will come for you. And I saw supporters of the government very excited. No one's saying Thomas Fowler can steal. Yeah, no, that money he used now was not stolen. But just change who's in the executive mansion to go dedicate that project. Just change that person. Put someone else there and let that person be George Weah to go dedicate that project. Oh, that's stolen money. No, that's not stolen money. This kind of politics here, we hurt our heads for many years to come. But that's very interesting, right? In the space of a couple of years. No more thief. Very good man now. Okay. That's a good thing. It's a good project. I'm just trying to show you how hypocritical we can be. How perhaps we can be lying on people because they're not on our side. Or we can be saying the truth. But when they come on our side, then that truth cannot be truth again. The other thing the president did was to dedicate the two newly constructed senior secondary schools in Bong and Nimba counties. So something called Arise project. So it's been a little bit of contention. And I have to say this, and we have to be very clear with this. I hear people argue it's a government of Liberia thing, a government is continuity, and that's true. It is very true. Government is continuity. It is a linear thing. Other people get there, other people get there, other people get there. However, it is also important for us to know who did what. History has to show who did what. When they were president, when this administration was there, what did they do? It's important to know. And those things cannot be brushed or sidestepped simply because of political expediency and accommodation. It's important for the population to know. We know in this country the major things that top men did. We know the major things that Torbo did. We know the major things that Doe did. We know the major things Joseph Jenkins Brown and all the other presidents did. We should be able to know the major things that Ellen did. We should know why we are there. He didn't do what Ellen did. She didn't do. We should know what Bwaga has done, will do, and will not do. It is important. It should be clear. Yeah? It should be clear. Yes, it's government of Liberia money. It's public money. But we also critique when the public money is not used wisely by the administration in power. So we critique them for their bad, and we should know they are good that they did. No, it should not be swept under the carpet, under that experience. No. We should know. And it should be acknowledged. So the buying for, we shouldn't have time for who started and this and that. No. That, I do not agree with that argument. We should know. It is important to know. And the records have to be strict. They'll be here tomorrow. We will not be here. Nobody will argue, say, top man in bill, executive mansion. That top man be clear. Hey, so we should be, we should know if someone started something, if they stop it halfway and someone else continue it. All that thing that we should know. So these debates are healthy. I don't think there's a bad thing. So the WIA administration, folks are claiming they started it. And we've seen documents from World Bank that says so. Folks from the current governing party say it started during their time 2016. Former Deputy Minister Aton Kesseley has put out a challenge that they should show one document that proves that they started the IRS project that led to the building of those schools. What I do know, and I reported on last year in May, just a little over 3 months when this administration came to power, was that those schools were ongoing. They were at roof level already. I took pictures, I posted on Facebook and all of that. We've also seen documents. So myself have been asking, I asked Mo Ali and others to at least show we need documents to be able to fully say. But so far, what we've seen shows that the previous administration conceptualized, got the funding, started, reached the roof level. The current administration came in, ended it, and dedicated. Clear, that's okay. Kudos to both governments. They conceptualized, it was a grant of free money given by the World Bank. But they had to do all the paperwork. We've seen the paperwork, we have the documents and everything else that is submitted to the World Bank, the appraisal report and all of that. So far, that's what we have. If there's anything else, we hope to get it, but we've been trying to get that. We haven't got it yet. Whether it was in 2016 or 2017 that it started, we needed to get that, but we haven't got that yet. So far, that's what we've seen. So kudos to both administrations. Let that one be clear. For example, the Bwaga administration has been initiating the 285 yellow machine business, right? Let's say for an example, because it involves a whole lot of money and all those kinds of things, the administration does not conclude the bringing in of all the 285. Let's say they brought in 150 yellow machines before the end of this term. 200 machines whatsoever. Then another government comes in, they bring the other one, and they say, no, we didn't want to complete that. We shouldn't. No. Those kind of things that we now. Yes, you play your part, but acknowledge the other person's part. It's very important. This thing should be easy. For me, that's mature governance. Acknowledge what the person did. It doesn't change. It's okay for you. Finally, before our guests can come in, you know, when people win elections, when you start to govern, you're not governing for only the people who voted for you or the people who like you or the people who agree with you. When you're president, when you are governing, you are governing everybody, even a stone chest, the worst opposition. You're president for them, you are government for them. That's why everybody is required to pay taxes. You can say, oh no, I don't like who's in the mansion, so I can't pay taxes. You got to pay taxes. Your money still has to be used to pay people in government, to pay the president, the lawmakers. Your money has to be used. So everybody has equal rights in the country. People have the right to agree and disagree. And I think it was a little bit of a missed opportunity when people, I believe, around the presidency sought to downplay a protest and send him information that may appear like, okay, it was not a serious thing that was ongoing. Because the comments from the president at the event he went to, it's like, doesn't care. Yeah, because they sent him something where the president said, Bwaka can't lie. Now, whether it was planted or whether it was not planted, it's not a thing. But someone felt to make the president feel good and minimize the potential of what was happening, let me send you something to make him feel fun. So they say, someone sent me something, the president said, they say, I can't lie. Bwaka can't lie. Which will signify a mistake. When these things begin and we downplay them and we think, okay, they are those other people, they are not our people, they had their time, it is our time, then we are losing out. When you come to power, you govern from the middle. AB, please put that in. And this is why I had issues with, and it is important to say, it's so Mo Ali, the managing director of Water and Sewer, who has been doing very well, chose to react to the protest. He said few drug dealers gathered yesterday to protest against the government for suppressing their narcotic drug business. Seriously? Whew. Is that how you reference those who protested? Few drug dealers gathered yesterday. It is a serious statement because drugs, as you know, we place in spotlight on the 430. It's a serious thing in the country. So the managing director knows drugs dealers and he saw them. And the government has not done. So the people who went to protest, they are drug dealers, drug users. They go protest against the government for spoiling their business. And the government saw them. And the government did not arrest them. They didn't take action against them. Huh? Is that what we want to say? Do they quote-unquote drug dealers who went to protest, if that's how you refer to those who protested, do they not reside in the country with laws? That is the problem of leadership. When there are issues to be addressed, they should be. Yeah. Opposition protests in countries. We insisted that our government would take seriously the issues of opposition yesterday because we're members of the country. They demanded and they were right. There are not two countries in one here. There is one country governed by President Joseph Boakai, and he leads everybody. To reference a portion of the population that way is concerning. And for me, it's not the right thing to do. Others did similar things yesterday. We critiqued them. They have power. And it is like they were invincible. They could not be won. They were undefeatable. And then the tides changed. We have to live life and say things with perspectives. We're all human beings. We're all Liberians in one country, despite the different persuasions that people may have. And sometimes the way you govern with empathy, the way you govern with the adherence to the rule of law for everybody across the board, can make it easier for you to convince people to see things your way than to downplay, to disparage, When we do that, we create deeper divisions and deeper wounds. And at the end of the day, it becomes how it usually ends up. 777-700-995, 555-995-995, the numbers to call, and you will be through to the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. So, yeah, there's a few of the calls coming. Our guests are here. They're coming in very shortly. Let's hear their plights. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Welcome. Let's hear you. Ooh.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius.
Hmm?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm John Toroya. I'm calling for district number 2, Lower Johnson.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, just what you were saying, Julius, just so you know, that bro, right now in our country, the economy of our country, the way our country is heading now, we just got to pray as citizens, you know. Those are also governing us as well. The president, which is who is serving as president for this country. The way he will drive the car, where the car is going, the direction that the citizen will go. And then when you're making out to understand as citizens, you will understand. But when you govern in a way that only one side that you only care for, you don't care for the other people. Even things are going on in the country, if you come like for example, pretending that you can't make your competing, that's a fine. But the way which is doing it, when you want to dedicate, you don't want to even mention a name. So
for an example, no one said anything about the passport centers that are being dedicated in Bong and Zwejubi because they are projects of this administration. It is very clear that they initiated and did it clearly, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we get for the asset, Judah, for that asset, we give them the glory for that, right? We give them the glory for that, which is what they did. It's fine. So this central the passport sector, that aspect of the country is fine.
Okay.
But these are people that refuse that everything that the power administration did to recognize it. They see everything that is wrong. They don't see anything that will be good.
Thanks so kindly. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, how are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I am Musa Konen, and I call you from my residence here in Douazon, Lower Maigibi County.
Go ahead, Musa.
Julius, I have a unique style, if you will. Sometimes respect friendship, no matter how thin the politics go, I always try to maintain that friendship, knowing that there will be time certain people will be in power, there will be time certain people will not be in power, but the most important thing is our relationship with one another. For me, is very important. Yet, as careful as we want to be, sometimes when we hear some of our friends, people we have, I can say they clearly. If Daniel Stano, for example, have made that statement that Mo Ali made, I would never respond. Because for me, I put him in a category, a class of people, I expect anything from him. One, it is negative. For Mo, I don't think that statement is a dignifying statement coming from somebody that I will refer to as a state person, that some of us have respect for no matter his own ups and downs. I don't expect Mo to be making so. Because listen, Julius, you talk about education, for example. If you are educated, it's not only the pen and paper, your behavior, your conduct, your statement towards other people make you intelligent and educated person. But if you mind politics and then make any statement, politics will not live forever. There will be time you will not be there. People were there yesterday. Where are they? They're nowhere around. So I think Mo, it's because it's difficult. I just want to say, hey, Mo, man, I think you slept, and honestly, you have to watch yourself and watch yourself very carefully. There are people who respect respect you because of certain reason. But if you try to make every statement, that is not a way for me of showing loyalty to any regime. I mean, that is just way below the belt.
Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly. Let's take 3 more. I guess I ain't welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Julius.
Yes, go ahead. 1 minute.
Am I live?
Go ahead. 1 minute.
Okay, I just want to speak about the protests and some of the things I saw that was not necessary. Look, Julius, the message of the protest reached the president, but out of hypocrisy, they try to twist it. Look at it, there's a G. Eric here. The president chose to look at a placard that was not even associated with the protest. But I can't lie. He referenced that.
Well, he said that's what someone sent him, and usually you know, no, but you know that the president will not be watching protests and all that stuff. If people are running, that will watch, and they will choose what they want to send him. So they want to send him.
That's the issue I want to talk to. That's the issue I want to talk to. If you will go for that issue to share with the president, you went for the other one, you say, what are the mail, even printer or not, you say, oh, we were selling drugs and whatever. The president made mention of those 2 issues, trivial issues, and an issue that has to do with corruption, rule of law, and every other essential things that were mentioned in the protest. He downplayed all of them. It tells you that we are absolutely going nowhere. We're going nowhere because, Julia, as we speak, and in fact, there's this picture, there's this video training of a lady who crying that her son was doing drugs. But on the very day of the protest, you know what she wrote? She said, "Y'all go regroup back." She taunted the very protesters. Even though drugs was one of the reasons of the protesters, she taunted them. Today, she the one is the head of the August 7 protest. You see where we're going? So what affect them? Government should listen. What affect other people? Government should not listen. And one of the things.
No, thank you. Yeah, we gotta go. We got our people. Yeah, it's a long running show today. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, good day, Julius. Yeah, this is Idris Bilete.
Go ahead, Idris.
Thank you for the opportunity. Julius, this Unity Party administration, I'm saying this because there was a previous one. This administration lacks anything called appreciation. They started with prior to the inauguration with the executive lodge. They did not even acknowledge that they were refusing to accept that the former administration, constructed or even did that VIP lodge. It followed with there was an orphanage home that was being dedicated by the first lady, this first lady, that was done by the previous first lady. That acknowledgement was not given. You also went to there was a dedication of a court building, a courthouse, I think somewhere in
Riverses.
Yes, that too, there was no acknowledgement. But then they should remember, during the dedication of the ministerial complex in the rubber at the RIA airport, at the terminal, Madam Sally was not just invited. She was given a key to open the ministerial complex. Moreover, the ministerial complex was dedicated and named after Madam Sally. During the dedication of the Japan Freeway, President William also acknowledged the contribution of the previous administration. Even said government is continuity. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
Okay, thanks so kindly. This will be the final one overseas. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Frank Gibson, I call from Paris.
Go ahead, Frank.
You know, I just want to talk on the president's reaction to the protest. Now, I agree the placard said President Walker can't lie. But President Walker lied when he arrived for the United States. He said he did not say comprehensive. Yet the president did say comprehensive. He did not say comprehensive.
Can you be a little euphemistic when you are referring to the president? You can't just say the president lied. Say he did not say the truth. Say it that way.
The people can't lie. The people can't lie. The president said it. So the president said, or the president said comprehensive. But the president
president said he did not say that, but he knows he's getting. So the president lied to the Liberian people in that. So that is a lie. That proves that the president can lie. So I hope your fact checker will check the president and tell him that, Mr. President, you lied. You said that in the sonor that it was the most comprehensive, and you said, all right, you did not say that.
Okay. Okay, thanks so kindly. We'll hold you there. Our guests are here. I know the interest is high. We'll continue on tomorrow. There is also something we need to talk about. We'll do that tomorrow because of the time, and our guests are already here. This whole thing about the possibility of LPRC importing a few products and all of that is like other people have another view that we need to look at as well. This is the OK Conversation. We just say going over to the next segment. We have with us Jasper N. White, the director from the Ministry of Transport for Land Transport. Who is Jasper? You the Jasper. Okay. Jasper, welcome to the OK Conversation.
Thank you, Julius.
We have Marilyn Cummings, Director for Training and Development. Welcome.
Thank you, Julius.
Were you the one here the other day?
Yes, Julius.
Were you the one who got hurt?
Yes, Julius.
Oh, so that triple encounters. We also have with us Patrick Espia, Director for Motor Vehicle. Patrick, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. So we got Let's go to the land transport man first. Then we come to motor. No, let's go to motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, land transport, training. Yeah, because the man stands exactly where we want. Motor vehicle director from the Ministry of Transport. Tell us what's going on. What are your issues? What's happening?
Thank you, Julius, for the invite, and good evening to the Liberian people. Julius, as you may be aware, 70% of our cars in this country are not used for its intended purpose, meaning for either luxury or for necessity. They are used for putting bread on the table. And the second thing is that revenue, we use the vehicle registration for revenue generation in this country. So it will surprise you to know that the government of Liberia is taking away our functions from us without prior notice. Not telling, even though we were established by an act of national legislation in 1987, August, but with no regard, total disregard to this act, we just got one money, and we heard that traffic management is coming to take over the Ministry of Transport. And
I have heard about some law issue that went to the legislature and were passed into law. It is a concession and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there are two different laws. There are two different concession agreements. And if we don't mind, we'll send it to you. Because the other way, we gave it to Clarence.
I have it. I think I have it.
Okay, so. And when you go through that concession, page 12 exactly, page 12 to be exact, was what was tempered with, for which the current partner, MDMC and LTM, want to code for, which of course the judiciary, the judges, on two different occasions ruled in favor of Djibouti, except the last one, we didn't know where the magic came from. But more precise than Julius, driver license and motor vehicle, they are serious national security issues. Serious national security issues. So to give it to an Arab, instead of being the way I'm sounding, to give it to an Arab, especially someone who is heavily backed by Hezbollah, our traditional friends would not feel free to do that. Will not be happy to do business with the people. Our national security is on a serious threat, and we are calling every Liberian. Like I tell you this, Julius, we contribute up 13 million to government annually. when you take up what government gave us, in less than 4 years, we are capable of raising over $40 million US. And you're giving this contract or this concession to a company that is going to give Liberia, the government of Liberia, 40 million over 25 years. It will also interest you to know that at the Ministry of Transport currently, there are 2 revenue streams. But this group will be having 7 revenue streams. And we're giving government of Liberia 40 million over 25 years. We see problem.
The whole 25 years, 40 million?
40 million US. Whereas the Ministry of Transport.
Or what is the average yearly turnover you give to the government?
We gave the government $12 million annually.
Wow.
$12 million US. And it will interest you. And I would say so the listening public can understand. Assuming you're selling color and donut, right? And you're giving that amount. But these people come in, they will sell plenty chip, they will sell donut, they will sell color, they will sell roasted cassava. They got 7 revenue streams, and we just have 2.
Because the whole thing about those 2 laws, what I saw, and let me come to the land transport man now, Jasper. What I saw was they were being concessioned to do the traffic things, not the vehicle license plate, the driver's licenses. No, like when you violate traffic, they can't tow you. The different things that happen in the traffic, breakdown, and all those kinds of things to manage that aspect. So, how are we where we are? You want to advance on that?
Thank you very much, Julius, and good evening to our listening audience. This is Jasper NY, Director of Land Transport, Ministry of Transport. Julius, it dismisses my imagination that a government who is in a PPP arrangement with a private vendor, a Liberian-owned company, takes home 55% of all of the revenue generated. You can remember very well, before this administration, the Union Party campaigned against Metex, that the Metex deal was evil. You can't be contributing 20% in a deal with Liberian government. When the government took over, she showed that she raised government percentage to 40%. But here's the irony. Government talking about 40% and 1 billion next fiscal space. But instead, you giving away 70% of one of your mainstream of revenue generation, which is the motor vehicle arm. But let us go to the history, say this small. 2013, when these people came.
Oh, it was 2013?
Yes, when these people came, when Gregory first brought them, when Mr. Como first brought them.
Oh, they saw the police out of brought them in 2013?
Yes, when he brought it 2013. Okay. They said they only came to manage our traffic, like you said. But it beats your imagination. By 2016, the contract began to change. 2018, when Mr. Como was serving as investment commission chairperson under the CDC government, they sank over a page and said, no, let us include motor vehicle and driver licenses registration. When the President Weah, when the document was placed before him, he said, no, this was not what I signed on initially. So, Mr. Archibald, my political advisor,
that's a legal advisor.
Legal advisor, y'all go and revisit this thing. This thing will take bread on the table of our Liberian people. I'm not prepared for that. This deal was rejected by Mr. Salif. This deal was rejected by President Weah. Here are we today. We talk about the issue of security. Do you know why people register vehicles? There are 3 reasons why we register vehicles. Number 1 is security. Number 2 is ownership, because we issue you title to be the owner of that vehicle. And number 3 is the revenue component. Why would you say a government who cares about the people prepared to lay up over 265 employees on grounds that in 25 years she will be given 40 million? Are we thinking? Are we real? Are we dishonest to our people? But catch the other side of the case. Today, as we speak, our senator of Monserrato County, the light, Senator Darrell Delo, had never made any comment on the issue. But therefore, yesterday, he was on the Minister of Labor, on Mokupokra, that Liberian need job. So these Liberians are about to be affected at the Ministry of Transport. Senator Darrell doesn't have time for that. No, he got interest. They all have, sir. The Liberian Senate on the Transport Committee, as regards to the issue. The Liberian Senate has done nothing in the interest of the Liberian people. Headed by Senator Sir Joseph. I'm emphatic about, I saw his report. They are glaring, but you will get to understand. There are honor hands that circumventing our law 2012. The executive law was revised. Section 1236.3, subtitle A, D, and E. Squarely gave the Ministry of Transport the authorization, entrust the Ministry of Transport with that responsibility to issue driving licenses and register vehicles. The laws are there. These laws are not repealed. Then you are telling me somebody bring a concorded concession, gave you Liberian people 40 million after 25 years. Let me give you the mathematics there. You will get to understand a third-party individual will receive 700,000. So if you multiply the 700,000 by 25 years, that man will be walking away with 17.5 million. You're a millionaire, whether he in government or not. So yesterday, Senator Snow said one of his regrets as a legislator representing the people of Liberia was the deal with the Freeport people.
Yes, the
APM Terminal D. Are they sitting there again to tell they regret the LTMD? Is that what we're going to get a contract to?
So let me come to Marilyn. I've been told that they will not fire people from transport. Perhaps they will send them over to LTM or whatever. You just be working. Is that not the case?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Julius, thank you. And to our listening audience, we want you to please listen keenly. We are not here today to put the government down in any form or manner. We are here today to stand up for the truth, to stand up for justice, to stand up for the future of this country. Because what we are seeing is going to threaten the future of this country. And we believe that this president at this time did not come to this country to lead us down the drain. Number one, they're saying we are not going to be affected. 265 employees. We had a meeting with then acting president, who was the justice minister at the time. He told us, I'm giving you my word, you go to work, nothing will happen to you, you will take your pay. And we told him our argument was we did not come to this job to just sit and fold our hands in the morning and come and play Ludo and take free salary from government. This is not the way we want to go. Our functions must be given to us. We need to work. And Julius, let me backtrack a little bit. The CSS standing order says once you are not working, like forming your tax, after 3 months, that position will be redundant. Our government is showing us that they're going to bypass that redundancy clause because they are the government. They can do anything. Part of the arrest agenda is the rule of law. We are saying this deal is illegal. Illegal in two senses. One, the act that created the Ministry of Transport is not the act that they are using, that they used to give this concession agreement, which gave Ministry of Transport the legal right to do all transportation-related activities in the country. But rather, they used the 1972 Police Act. If you see the concession agreement today, Ministry of Transport has no role, no part whatsoever in it. They cut us off completely, and they don't want nobody. This thing been lingering around. It been buried. Nobody
I've been talking about it since I think last year or so.
When I say nobody, I'm talking about the higher ups. Everybody tried to bury it. Everybody tried to say, look, you're taking your salary, you just go with your salary. And we are saying let the right things be done. We are here today risking our life, making our voices to be heard, because we will hold this government. This is our government. We will hold her feet to the fire. President Boyka, we saying, apparently, somebody put a paper over where you are supposed to sign on the fine lines. You didn't read it. Recall this concession. It's illegal. It's tantamount to putting your legacy at stake. And the Ministry of Transport employees are going to stand up till we go to the end of this.
What are your bosses, the ministers, saying about this? Because initially it was my understanding all of them were against it, but is it still the same?
All right.
Who wants to take that on?
I will take it on. We have 5 ministers. Those 5 ministers are all men. And initially they kept telling us we will be incorporated into this thing. The regular arrangement we have, all of the time contractors come in, they work from the back end, and Ministry of Transport employees work from the front end because it's our statutory responsibility. But this time around, the deal says nobody whatsoever. But our bosses kept telling us, you don't worry, you all are covered, you will be protected. Matter of fact, you will soon see the people coming, they do assessment and everything. In the 13th hour, to discover that there was nothing of such. We were on that negotiating table with our ministers and other legal minds of the country representing the government interests, and we stressed these points to them. And the lawyers looked in our faces and told us the people said they want you. The Liberia Traffic Management said they want no Ministry of Transport employee. That was the time we stood up to our ministers and said, okay, now we realize that they fight a bigger than you. You can't take it on. We'll go to our government. We'll go to the people in the house. And this is the trend we took last 2 weeks ago when some of us were brutalized by the police because we were simply going to go and petition.
What did you do that you were brutalized like that with the blood oozing off from your face?
I did not do nothing. We did not do anything. The records are there. The recordings are there. We were live. We had the Liberian flags, waving those flags and walking peacefully through the Camp Johnson Road, going towards the capital, and was engaged by the police on Kerry Street. They said, get on the side of the road. We got on the side of the road. There were about 4 or 5. And we decided to get on the side of the road. As soon as we got to the Perry Street intersection, the police came with reinforcement of 3 pickups and told us to get on the side of the road. We got on the side of the road. The videos are there. You will see me engaging with the police. We talking. He said, get on the side of the road. Who are the leaders? Let us talk. We said, our leader in the back, he's coming. All of a sudden, a police officer gave a command and said, scatter them. And the next thing we knew, ratings, batus, kicks. And this policeman grabbed me by the back of my jacket and pushed me right through the leg, in the leg pole. That's why you saw that blood. And few of my colleagues came and held me, took me to safety, and they insisted they were going to arrest me. When they took me, I told them I got to go to the hospital. That when you saw me going live, when they told me to go hospital, I decided to go to the capital. But that's part of it. But you know what we are here for is this. We want the Liberian people to know that this deal is not okay. It should be looked at. We are calling on the president. Those who are the aides to the president, you all are listening to this program this Monday afternoon. We are saying the employees of the Ministry of Transport are not happy. This government promised us more than this. Not for us to come leave from Pinsville, from Boys Town, from Dupo Road, from Broadway, and you tell us to play checker and you will pay all our salary. Last week we were told by one of our ministers that, oh, Mr. President said you should go and do a consent note so they can see how they will incorporate you. Why did you not think about that first? You should have thought about the 265 employees that are going to be at risk of sitting down and playing checker and Lulu when you decided to give this bogus concession to these foreign people who are going to be managing our people information that will lead to national security implications.
Well,
so Julius, let me just come in. Let me show you something, Julius.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes when I listen to some of you guys on the radio, right, and I think about Liberia, I wonder where is this country going? Julius, please give my phone to him. Please give my phone to him. Julius, this is the signature of the RG of the Republic of Liberia, serving as motor vehicle director. But look at here.
That's the license issuing.
That the car stopped there. He's signing.
Liberia National Police Vehicle License, UNA details, blah 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 blah. Inspector General of Police, same.
It's signatory.
You build great art. Sorry. Julius, you believe that? A police director, the RG of the country, the RG of the government that are fought, are campaigned for. Where is women pay? Where are the national leaders of the Unity Party? Where is Amos Twe? Where is Dr. Lutos Tape? Are you seeing what we see? The justice, and I will say this, and I'll be bold. The justice minister is from the Liberty Party. Greg is from the Liberty Party. Yombri, as president pro tempore, saw a lady bleeding to death. She have never ever said a word. Senator Delon, we voted and campaigned for you because you were the light. Tell us, have that light gone off?
Okay, right, Warren Street.
Where is the light that we saw in you?
Information on the price, the new prices.
I was going to come there. But
so Julius, let me Julius.
I am still wrapping my head around the numbers.
30-70.
In terms of what you were giving to government revenue and what they will potentially give to government revenue annually. How could a government accept to do that?
I come in, Julius.
Yeah.
Just from July, from January 2nd to July 11th, we have raised over $6 million US. We're all of the hustle and tussle, where the police is on the street telling people traffic Ministry of Transport document is fake, sending it to SKD. We have raised, that is from January 2nd to the 11th of July. We have raised over $6 million US and 77 million Liberian dollars. How is that possible, Julius? Wrap your head around it.
Just two revenue
just lines. Let me know.
Oh, Julius,
it's frustrating.
It saddens my heart. Apparently, people are not reading very well. 1972 Act, the revised Police Act, clearly state the function of the police. They said that indeed in our act, carry out inspection only on the road. Ministry of Transport, register vehicle, give them third-party liability insurance, produce driver licenses for our public. But it beats my imagination that government will say she want money, she want a double general will say you want 1 billion budget. Then on the other hand, you strangulating one of the major means. Instead, are you telling me that the government is comfortable with $1.4 million for traffic management on an annual basis as compared to 12 million? Are you killing me? Is that what the government is signing up to? We are calling on our international partner. Because most of the things we are talking about is about your biodata, Julius. Mm-hmm. Let me inform you, probably you are not aware, traffic management are printed 1 million pre-print driver licenses, pre-print driver licenses, 1.5 million pre-print car documents. They are available in their possession. They have it there. It is what the issue is. But the question here is, where are they printing it? Lebanon. Yeah, they are printing it in Lebanon. They are printing it in Lebanon. When they print it in Lebanon, Julia, it will interest you to know that card, if they get about data with the way of the modernization of computer and technology in the world, somebody may be in Lebanon and go to Syria using Julia bio data. Then tomorrow, if you want to go to a friendly country that is not friendly with Syria and other places, you can even say, but you went to Syria 2 days ago. That is the damage. Our strong ally, the U.S. government, are you informing us that Mark Turner should go and receive a driver license that was produced in Lebanon, exposing the national security of the American people and their citizens? Is that what you are telling me? I said no. I think, like Senator Momo Cyrus told us, the president was never briefed fully on this matter.
Yeah.
And Momo Cyrus has assured us that indeed he will do everything humanly possible because it's a means of mortgaging our sovereignty as a country to give all our biostatistics outside.
But are they going to use the same prices used? And let me come to her to respond to that. You say you have numbers. What will be their figures?
In terms of their prices, they're so astronomical. The small vehicle that we're registering today at the Ministry of Transport called A1, people are paying $70 because it's going to the road fund thing now. It's going to be $150. The A2 going to be $150. So if you come from A3 that you are paying $125 from, it's going to go to $175. And then you go to the SUVs, A4, A5, it's going to be $200, $225. And it's just
and this does not bring in the insurance yet.
No, and then you're going to pay $25 for testing and emission. They're going to certify you and see if your car is okay before you go to the ministry, before you go to LTM. But here's the catch, right? The Ministry of Transport invested in some of us. We went to Rwanda. The government had the opportunity to bring this same kind of assistance here, and the government would have generated more money at a lower cost and save it for herself instead of bringing a company in that's going to be charging our people all this money. That's one. Two, these prices, what they're doing now, they already started collecting money. LRA don't have a window at their office. So they are collecting tax, they're collecting fees from fees payers that government ain't know per day how much money they are correct. But at the Ministry of Transport, every day, if we raise 300,000, the LRA will get her copy. The Ministry of Transport will get her copy. The bank will get her copy. We raised that issue during the conference with the partners. Do you know what they told us? That's not government concern. That was the government lawyer speaking. All the government know they should get a 30% at the end of the tenure specified.
So if they that is if they made $1 million, they give the government 300,000 and they take 700,000.
Yeah. So what's the check and balance?
And the government settled for that.
Where's the check and balance? Who's checking to know if they're actually making 3 to 4 million per annum or 10 to 20 million per annum? Where's the check and balance? We are trying to raise these issues and people have already going in our impasse, threatening our lives, telling, I know your car license plate. I know we're not going to be deterred. To my mom out there, she in America, she going crazy right now. I'm telling you, this is a message to her. I am not backing down. This is the time that this generation must stand for something or will fall for anything.
Julius, catch the other irony here. The government today is officially decentralizing the issuing of passport in 2 countries outside Maserati. You say we should take our services to our people on the theory or the doctrine of decentralization, where that calls for devolution, delegation of power to the people. Then you are telling us a Lebanese man will go to Plibo, Solican district. Where are you from? The Lebanese man says, stay on the land. Jet, la broad name or la French name. He will be taking your biodata. Can you imagine? That's what they are telling us. The idea of outsourcing the Ministry of Transport without repealing the law is far, it is a slap to democracy, and it's a slap to our own governance system.
Let's just hear from you, then we'll go and take some calls.
Okay, Julius, this is very important, and it's good that you always talk about your status officer. Julius, 80 to 90% of our cars in this country are used cars. So if you take them for emission, even if you pay 10,000, they won't pass. They won't pass emission test because they are either fraud, accident, or some kind of salvage car that people recondition and bring here. Imagine you take a car to that place and pay $100 non-refundable fee for emission.
So you don't pass.
Take for example taxi. Taxi is going to go to 190. 190. Right?
For the registration.
For the registration. No. Yeah, 190. Oh. Okay, 300. They charge you 300 for, I didn't update my price listing from them. And you are paying $365 for insurance. So it's $600. It's $665 that a taxi driver in this kind of economy will be paying for annual registration and insurance. Tell me, you think what will happen? The fare will automatically jump. You know what happen? Bitter ball price will go up. Chicken soup price will go up.
Yeah, because taxi drivers will definitely have.
Aha. So you know the our effect on the economy. Total hardship. President Boakai, this is your son. Say Kolotoke Pierre that voted campaign and did everything for you. Please, Papi, we beg you. Call that concession. Look at it. We voted you because we know you got the experience. You got everything that it takes to be a leader. Your people will suffer. Your people will cry. And this is not how we want to think like Biro, build like Biro, and love like Biro.
Before you go to the line, let me provide one key piece. So when we went at with all of the brutality meted against us, we still found our way and went to the capital. We met Speaker Kuhn. We sat down. He asked us, with all the blood, you're going to do the petition. We did our petition. It was rare on the floor. We were summoned to go to a hearing. The police director was invited. The ministers at the ministry were invited. The concerned employees at the Ministry of Transport were invited to sit with the committee. When we got there, traffic management never showed up. Police director asked for a request to go and prepare for this protest, this gun protest. Plenary closed. We don't know where anything is. They are already trying to kill our effort, but we are not backing down. We will stand our ground at every cost possible.
This is the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. When I started talking this thing, some of you thought it was a joke. I told you it was coming to pass. We are at it. You are hearing from them, those who are in the kitchen. They tell you that the other smoke here, we not experienced this smoke before. They smoke from, you know, the guys on wood that can stink. Yeah, and the smoke can be terrible. Sometimes you put pepper in the fire, the other smoke can be terrible. How they want looking? Yeah, 777-700-995, 555-995-995. This, so someone very close to the then Salif administration says it came, let me just say, during our time so that the person is not known. But we rejected, that's the Salif administration, and predicted the same problem as being witnessed today. That was 2014 and again in 2015. Twice it was rejected. The same Gregory Coleman was one of the front men at the time. Where Salif Town, this person, I mean, someone who was very close to President Salif is the one messaging that. So it's not 777-700-995, 555-995-995. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Andrew Savani. I'm very happy I'm the first caller. I got a question from everybody that is in the studio. Maybe that's what you answer it because it's my personal friend. But there's something I want to understand. I'm a taxi driver. This, the direct traffic management. I thought it's supposed to be like the Senate or the House of Legislature that approve of them. Are they legitimate or are they illegal?
Okay.
Oh, I'm really wondering about.
Okay. Thanks for kindly. This way it says it is like there are some big hands in government who are going to benefit a lot more from this deal. If it is so, we condemn it and ask our leaders to do the right thing in the interest of the nation. We have come too far to be doing the same things we condemned years back. And as Bailey says that, let's see who's on this end. Welcome, let's hear you.
Thank you, my good friend, brother Julius. Always for the opportunity. Really, I wanted to lead a radio a few days, but they say when the fire is on your neighbor's house and you clapping, you should understand that when it catch your house, they will be clapping too.
Mm-hmm.
Particular issue, we not need to take it to be small thing. I was just sitting listening to the people that are in there. The increasement of the registration. We already trying to say the rescue government to drop it down because of the problem that they gave the Liberian people, that the Kito can't rescue. But you try to tell me that the Kito can't kill the Liberian people? Because that is killing. You know why? If registration go on that high, look, this
particular one, a protest now happening in this country, this is the time for everybody, for seller, driver, car owner, whosoever to join this particular fight. This will not be a joking thing, because that is the worst thing that government can do to a citizen.
Okay.
And we will not accept it. So this fight, it will not be like the people in there to people will be saying, oh, they're fighting for themselves. No, they're fighting for every one of us.
Okay.
As I understand, they're fighting for us. So it need to be massive protest for everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so kindly. Let's take a few more calls. Let's go international. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. My name is Masako, and I call you from my rescue center. Let me ask a very quick question, Julius. Is the job the whoever Lebanese company is going to do, is it too difficult for the Ministry of Transport to do?
It is the same thing the Ministry of Transport doing.
It is the same thing they are doing. Are you kidding me? And then they took it and outsourced it to a Lebanese company. So, Julius, tell me, man, why the government treat their own citizens like this? This is really bad. I can't wrap my head around this.
Okay. Thanks.
Who will forgo $6 million? Let them take one for $4 million for an entire year. Who will do that? Who the Liberian government can do that, man? Trust me, but at the end of the day, the bigger hands, they drag the Como, the Joseph Brother, all they get that kickback, they get that fuck. So they didn't really care for the people. Trust me, but for me, let me tell you, I'll be honest. I ain't ready to tell you my car in Liberia. So the policeman to Bata, I'd rather put that money in your pocket than to give it to learning man. Thank you.
Thanks so kindly for your call. Let's see who's right here. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, this is Musa Sharif.
Go ahead, Musa. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Julius, so I'm concerned, especially when it comes to the sovereignty of a nation. Things that have to do with ministries and agencies, these are areas citizens themselves want to be in control of. That's what they call independent nation. Again, if the government is intending to run a smaller government, again, let me repeat it very seriously. If the government is intending to run a smaller government want to delegate our responsibility to other people, outside people. The best thing government can do in this stage is dissolve certain ministry and then invest into the private sector, tell your citizenry to go into the private sector, leave government job, dissolve ministry that are not necessary like you intend to do with the Ministry of Transportation. But we see it that the government is not ready for that yet. If you want to surrender your sovereignty, you need to prepare your private sector properly. Those that you laying off, in fact, this is the only country in the world that I see they keep money in central bank. Central bank shouldn't be a place where money is stacked for good notes. Central banks are going to put money in the commercial banks, empower the people, allow money to circulate. But that doesn't happen in this country. That is a red flag. In the wake of indirectly dissolving government ministry that intend to run a smaller government, we don't have problem with it. Enforce, empower the private sector that way. The people that you're taking on, give them capital to do business. That is the way. But in the case that the government is proceeding, you have to serve somebody's interest at the detriment of your own sovereignty, but surrendering ministries to foreigners is risky, and it is a risky journey.
Okay.
Hope the government can desist.
Thanks so kindly. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius, this is Brown Tate from Johnsonville.
Go ahead.
And let me thank you so much. Let me thank the lady and the gentleman in studio there. Somebody was talking whether huge percentages, a portion among those negotiator or those manager of the Liberia traffic management, Well, you can remember, Julia, when they NIR, National ID card registration, and they were attaching string, you don't get it, you not get money from America, you go to the bank, you not get your salary. When that pressure was coming and was closing to the July 17th, you know that president had to send or executive order because that policy was recruiting people against government. And that's what they are doing now. So as the people talking about I don't know the detail, but they kind of see the attacking for registration, all the kind of thing. Police director that will be director of motor vehicle, all those kind of things. When the people, when they like get harder, and then local communities start to get harder because those are things they come out to depend on. I'm sure that they will be recruiting people again themselves.
Okay.
I hope that Mobile Sarah go to his path because he from the state country go to his path. Let him speak and speak any kind of language that the president can understand good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so kindly. I've even heard about a possible connection with one of the sons of the president and all that kind of stuff. But let's see who's right here. I thought I had a civil service man here again. Let's take 2 more calls. I'm sure our guests, other guests should be around. Let's take the civil service president. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, thank you. And I want to thank my comrades in studio there. I don't know what informed the government of this action they are about to take against our people. You empower foreign nationals and then you disenfranchise our own citizens, people that are supposed to be doing their fiduciary responsibility that work for the betterment of this country where taxpayers' money has been paid. Then you taking that responsibility and seconding it to a foreign entity. I think I can't understand. Just as you said, you can't find your mind but going around this. Also, it seems to be somehow frustrating. 2, how will you take our biodata, our information that has to be used under by the country? You send it elsewhere in another foreign country. So why are you telling us you want to expose us to danger? I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Let's take this other person coming in. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good evening, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Julius, what I don't want to believe, this is fake. And because it's mind-boggling, if you would tell me that the entire investment capital is $40 million for 25 years, and the guys in school are telling us that they generate $40 million in just 4 years. Is that serious? Is that a reality on the ground? Now, if there's a concession, what is the weight of these guys' investment? I really want to know what did they bring, because if they say concession, you have to invest first. Why the case of them even start collecting? I just registered my car with them, they impounded my car.
Oh.
They did impound my car, I got all the documents. In fact, beyond that, even the ticket that I paid for was not paid in LRA and Crawford. It was paid in their own, how to call it.
Wow.
This is my government. I support this government. Wholeheartedly. And I will vote for Bwaka any other time for this one, it's totally not I'm not understanding it at all. I went over there, Julius, I was so aggressive. I went there with O'Neill Robert and myself was over there. I paid 100 and I think $50 United States dollars to register my pickup. I paid the $20 US ticket that they gave me because my car wasn't registered. Why? I want to register my car. I was going to do it with Transport Ministry. In fact, I told them I wanted to go to Transport Ministry to do the registration. The confusion was that what if I go to Transport Ministry and carry the papers to them, they wouldn't have accepted it. So I decided to just go by what they said because I didn't want my car to sleep there. Right? Julius there. If these guys are investing $40 million over 25 years, let me mind my language. It doesn't make sense. Why would you even give it to them? What is their investment capital? What have they brought to Liberia? If they build their own office, that is not investment. If you came and you brought a concession, you build an office, you can say that is investment. I haven't seen the investment capital that they have brought. If they were building different areas around and say this is for the traffic, this is for this is what we are investing, and as such we can. But the guys are just key towards just generating money. Quick, they print out the lesson plan, they got everything set, they're taking money. We're out worrying what they have brought to invest. Mega City, they invest, we saw their investment capital. They came and they started building different plants here and there. These guys they've done absolutely nothing.
Okay.
They've done absolutely nothing.
Thanks, okay.
I need my word on this. This is totally wrong. We cannot give our data. They ask me for my name, ask me whether I'm married, my blood type, my height. These are the information that the guys are taking from us. When you need my blood type and all these things for registering my car document. These are questions that they ask.
Okay.
Right?
Thanks so kindly. Let's take this person. Okay, went off. Let's come on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello. You're not coming in clearly. Let's see who's coming in from this other. And this is the OK conversation on OK FM 99.5. Please ask. Okay, let's take this one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good evening, Julius, and let me say good evening to my colleagues in studio. My name is Shadrach Destiny Brown. I'm the Director for Press and Public Affairs at the Ministry of Transport. Firstly, let me call on the government of Liberia to make a U-turn within this situation. This particular deed, Julius, it is satanic, it is demonic, it is something that can kill overnight. I believe that the government of Liberia or the president was not given the rightful information concerning this concession. So we're calling on the government of Liberia to see reason. Julius, someone may say, well, why are you not starting with this concession? I have children. You have children as well. The government of Liberia will depend on to govern us well. So we think when people are misleading the president, there is a need that the president step in immediately to cancel this deal. Motor vehicle and driver lesson should not be a part of this entire concession. Thanks so kindly.
Okay, that's Shadrach Brown there. Let's take just two more and then we'll come back to them to wrap up. I'm sure the full list of guests should be anywhere in here now. Yes, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Prince S. Cotton, and I'm following my FBA community.
Go ahead.
Well, I think the issue about the transport ministry, I think it's fortunate. We can't have a foreign entity taking over our database and then record trying to speak about it. Then the record happen, you try to intimidate the records and the police. When I start brutalizing the record, I think government need to see how best they can re-strategize, go back on the drawing board, make sure that people of Liberia need to work for their country. We don't need to get job out to foreign companies. I think it is time that Liberia and Liberia companies give the expertise to their country. So government need to see how best they can go back on the drawing board and take down with those records. The record are calling on the president. I think the president will be magnanimous in making sure he addressed the issue to a logical conclusion. Thank you ever so much.
Thanks so kindly as well. The final one. Welcome. Let's hear you. I don't know why this one is not sounding, it's not coming out. Let's just take this final one from this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is Wisa Larry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Julia, let me say thank to your studio guy. You know, the last time I listened to you start discussing it. But you know the main people, the two key persons in the one that are controlling it is Gregory Como and the president's son. They work to transport ministry that even the director of press are called. You can confirm that when you get a power number asking. But Julia, let me say something. You know why we're too weak in the country? Even the blame are called that supported Bakara go to that place. No Liberian should comply with those people. They are all criminals. No Liberian should comply. Serious. Me, if I was still having whatsoever to my vehicle, I won't be able to go down there to go register. If the police director said serious, let him industry or any policeman to stay in front of Liberian to go register. No Liberian should go and comply with the people to register and do business with them. They are all criminals. Why are the investment? Same work I over that investment right there. And let me tell you something. That the wrong thing the people ever did to go to Richekun. Richekun will not do anything. Anything Waka administration say, Richekun will say yes, sir. Richekun will not do nothing. So you'll take the wrong part. Let me tell you something. Those people will do everything wrong in this country. Because now you're going down there. How will you take job on Liberian? That's why we're talking. It started from the past government. They were putting people now. We start talking to the people will go after people. They say no. Right now, the same people that supported Baka, who people right now are trying to kill them to bring them down. You see what happened in this country? No Liberian to comply with the people to go and register with criminal. You see? Let's see what happened in the street. Even you, G, I'm telling you right now, your vehicle, don't go to Ghana work and traffic management. They are all criminals. Okay. No one should go there to comply with them.
Thanks so kindly. Let's now come back to our guests. We'll start with you and end up on this side.
Okay, Julius. Thank you. And I want to thank all of the callers. And Julius, we call on the Keke riders. I call on the motorcycle. Keke has gone to 150. They're taking Keke from $50 to $150.
Keke 150 for registration?
Yeah, at that place. It's from $50. We do not have $50. And they're taking it from 50. But Julius, this is the point. And I want you to notice something and prove me wrong tomorrow on your show. And Julius, the $3 jacket that we buy, reflective jacket, that the police are even using now is issued by traffic management. The police have turned to advertisement company.
I read statements on the police Facebook page from traffic management.
Chief.
Traffic management doesn't advertise itself. It's the police that does it. That one is true.
Chief, the police is advertising traffic management. I mean, and Julius, they wrap our head around it. Julius is driving, mistakenly he have an accident. The police is the first line of contact, right? What if the manager or someone higher up at traffic management is involved in an accident? Who is going to prepare the charge sheet? Is it the police? When the police is an advertisement company for LTM? Julius, this is something that we stand up to. And to borrow my colleague, we will not rest. Greg, you send your police officers to beat us. They stole my wedding band.
Oh?
Yeah. The police officers stole my wedding band. And everywhere I go, I will say it. Everywhere I go, I will say it. You can come and do your worst. We will stand up because prosperity will judge us. There have been greater men than you. Genghis Khan was in this country. Joe Tate was in this country. Grady Allison was in this country. You are no bigger than them. The Liberian people are bigger than you, Gregory Komo. Come for us. Thank you.
Wow. Let's come to you there, madam, to wrap up.
Thank you, Julius. This was a really good show. So here's the message we want to leave for the Liberian people. This is not about us. Our government said we should sit down, they will give us money, we will pay every day. This is not what we want. We are professionals, we went to school. We want our functions. We want the Ministry of Transport that was enacted by law to carry on its rightful law authority. If you want to give this thing to the traffic management, go and repeal the laws. Go and use the House. Put the vote on the floor. Take it away from Ministry of Transport, just as the act was created in 86 and carried on through the Executive Act in 2022. You want to do that? Go back and do it. But you will not do it arbitrarily, you will not do it illegally, and you will not do it at the expense of the 265 Ministry of Transport employees. Matter of fact, the whole Ministry of Transport, 400 plus employees. Because if operation is down, administration will be down. We are talking about the future of the Ministry of Transport. And let me just add this to what my colleague said. RG Como will not be afraid of you. You can take our tax, you can have your talks, call us in our inboxes and threaten our lives. Somebody told me they are lucky they didn't shoot my ear. But my ear, you know what that ear means? I have the text message. You lucky we didn't shoot your ear, but we're not done with you yet. We know where you are. We're not going to back down. Y'all can kill us. History will remember this group of Ministry of Transport employees, the 400 plus of us standing up for what we believe in. Tomorrow we'll be at in the front of our building where our placards, President Brecker, wherever you are, you need to come. You say we should think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. We cannot build Liberia if you are putting foreigners over Liberians. Professional people, they call us low lives. We are not low lives people. We are college graduates, master degree holders, researchers. You just name it. The 4-9 year, and they cannot do this to us. We will not stand for it. We rather die than to see this deal come to pass with our government not intervening. So the fight is on. Okay. Let's go.
We come to you as well.
Julius, let me appreciate and respond to one of my professional colleagues who asked whether the deal is legal or illegal. It is not just legal, it is not just illegal, it is bogus. But let me say something here. The Liberian people, to all of my unions, the National Trucker Union, the National Dump Trucker Union, the Motorcycle Unions, come out. Come and protect your heritage. Tomorrow, we'll converge at the Ministry of Transport. And we have written the Attorney General, who is also a player to this process, that indeed Wednesday will be going to petition the U.S. government in regards to the unlawful bookers inhuman transaction that have been perpetrated by Mr. Gregory Kumu. However, we at the Land Transport, we are calling on all of our stakeholders. Moving forward, we'll communicate to you in duties. We're going to ensure that all of our vehicles are parked. The truckers will not enter the port. The people will not enter LPRC. Simeco will not haul cement. Futa will not haul rice. All of the parking stations and parking lots will remain closed until this government can do the needful. As we said, that indeed we are prepared as professional people to work, but equally so, our rights will not be trampled upon. Because Liberia belongs to all of us. Go are those days that one lawmaker will say, I regret installing a D. We're not allowed to regret. We call you to your attention to do that which is good and right. Thank you very much.
Thanks so kindly for being here. Rejected by the Salif administration. Rejected by the WIA administration. Seemingly now accepted by the Boakai administration. Liberia Traffic Management, whatever it is at the center stage. We'll see how it plays out. But thanks so kindly for being here. That's how we go. Let's take a break with some of our sponsors. When we come back, we place a spotlight on the drug issue. The drug issue in this country is another issue to talk about. And of course, this quick break. My name is Julius J. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5.
Your favorite RLJ Kenneja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kennejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkennejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kenneja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Attention, attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it. And soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We will continue to play our part in all of these pieces of discussions happening across the country, because at the end of the day, we need the best for our country. We want the best to happen, and this is why some of us can take up the challenge to talk about things way ahead, even when it is uncomfortable, when we will be branded in different ways and all of that. We tend to take it on and say, because at the end of the day, posterity will judge us, and people will remember that, oh, they said this, oh, they said that. So before we go to the drug issue, I'm not seeing those I'm supposed to see. So before we go to the drug issue, let me bring in this okay, I want to read something here. Okay, let's go back. Okay. Again, this is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. This is about the petroleum sector, petrol products. As we try to get this statement out, I'm not seeing my guests that should have come, but we'll still talk about the drug issue. Tomorrow we'll bring in another batch of people. I know I spoke with Senator Dillon since Saturday. I'm supposed to get some of his people to come in. I'm not seeing them yet, so I don't know what is happening. So let's do it this way. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Stick and stay. Okay. Let's take this very quick break. As we try to do that, let's bring you some bit of music as we try to get this statement out about the petroleum sector as well. Perhaps it is something we should warn about. We always try to say, this one could happen, this one could happen, this one could happen, this one could not happen. So let's see. Let's take B. Will Smith's Count on Me. Yeah, let's bring that down. We'll bring it back later when we go to the drug issue, a very serious one. So, LPRC's unlawful entry into fuel importation jeopardizes jobs and undermines rule of law, says Gujan. Who is this group? Let's read. The Guide to Justice Action Network. Attention has been drawn to the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company LPRC's plan to tread on a dangerous and unlawful path by directly engaging in the importation of fuel and gas, an act that constitutes a blatant overreach of its statutory mandate and a direct threat to Liberia's private sector and job security. We know by statute that LPRC has operated as a storage and logistical agency since it has failed to affect its refinery function, supporting licensed private importers who invest in and sustain the petroleum sector. But its sudden and secretive shift into direct fuel importation represents a violation of established norms and a betrayal of public trust, the group asserts. This action risks the collapse of legitimate private petroleum businesses that employ hundreds of Liberians across the country. Many of these businesses have operated for years, creating stable employment and contributing significantly to the national economy. Even more alarming are credible reports of LPRC's dealings with foreign companies flagged for sanctions or financial misconduct. Should these allegations prove true, Liberia could face serious international consequences, including sanctions and reputational damage. Furthermore, there are growing concerns about internal conflicts of interest. LPRC's leadership, with suggestions of personal financial involvement in incoming petroleum shipments, this raises red flags of corruption, abuse of office, and economic sabotage. Reports also indicate that a major commercial bank, including EcoBank, may be financially supporting this questionable venture. Such involvement risks placing these institutions at the center of a scheme that undermines national economic integrity and violates the principles of fair market competition. This is a clear crisis of governance and a hostile takeover of a vital sector by a state-owned institution. We therefore call for an immediate legislative probe into LPRC's conduct, 2 investigations by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, Financial Intelligence Unit, and other oversight bodies, 3, a warning to all financial institutions to withdraw from any arrangement that may aid this illegal venture, 4, civil society, labor unions, and the media to join us and raise awareness and demand accountability. This is not a routine business dispute. It is a national emergency threatening job, illegality, and Liberia's standing in the global community. We must act now before it is too late. The Guide to Justice Action Network is a civil society organization that has been advocating for the rights of Liberians in the areas of employment and aiding them in seeking justice. Emmanuel Lai Togba is the executive director. Now, recently, that was last week, the president revealed that LPRC will soon, in the coming months, get to the point of that it will soon get to the point of importing petroleum products so as to ensure sustainability on the market and all those kinds of things. Well, it seems that is not going down well with businesses involved in it. They think LPRC is overstepping its bounds. It's legal limits, and allegations are made. I think they should substantiate. The issues of conflict of interest and all of that cannot just be made. They have to be substantiated. The first thing to do is, so by tomorrow we'll be able to go deeper. Does the LPRC have the mandate to do that? That's the first thing. If it is, how do they do it? Are they the regulator? If they are storing other people's product, if they are bringing in as well, how do they work with the different importers and all of that? honestly, I think it sounds good if they're able to bring in products as well, but it is also important to consider all of the other factors attached. So that's why, yeah, by tomorrow we should be able to come in with more. We just got this statement, but it's important for us to come in with more on tomorrow and see. Because at the end of the day, it's just for us doing the right thing and moving the country where it should be. Now, the drug issue again. Does he want to speak on this? I think tomorrow we should do that. Let me see what a Grisby. Grisby, you want to speak on the show?
Yeah, the conversation on the FPRC thing, I wanted to throw in on light.
Okay, good.
For public education purposes.
Good. Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening, Julius. How are you?
I'm fine.
This is Grisby. Your conversation about the press statement is interesting. And just to give disclaimer, I do not represent FPRC as a PRO, but I do provide professional consultancy to FPRC.
Okay.
And for public information purposes, FPRC does have the mandate to import petroleum in the Republic of Liberia. It's not just a company that has mandate to store petroleum products. That is why the very mandate FPRC has allowed FPRC to franchise that to private importers. The reason why civil society organization would be saying what they are saying is because the level of poverty amongst our people is so egregious that the things that would benefit Liberia.
Let's just conclude the public education part. Where can we find that information? Then maybe I could just read it out.
Go on the FPRC website. You look at the mandate. It's published.
No, I mean, it's in their law about the law that created the FPRC. That's what I'm asking.
So that's a point of interest. First, FPRC was not created by law.
Okay.
There's an art-granted exclusive right to FPRC, but they did not create FPRC. FPRC was created by, an incorporation.
Okay.
But the art-granted exclusive right speak to all these things.
Yeah. So you are saying that act is on the website.
So you go there, you see the information on the mandate. But the point I'm making to you is, when you listen to the MD and you also listen to the president in the last few days, you realize that the MD talk about trying to ensure that FPRC as an entity created by incorporation becomes statutory.
Okay.
In the next few days, we'll hear the lecturer talking about that. But because the act granting FPRC exclusive right allow FPRC to play the role as an importer, storer, or distributor, that is why FPRC, in the time where they did not exercise that right, the country could not operate with our product. So businesses that had the capacity was granted the franchise. Now that FPRC has the capacity, they are not denying importers the right to import. No. Importers still have the right to import, but what can happen to Liberia is we will now have that scarcity question with the direct involvement of FPRC. Whenever business people try to maximize profit using petroleum product to maximize profit, the government now, using the invisible hand, will stabilize the market. So people who are buying petroleum product at a very high price during time of crisis will see that there's availability, there's security, and the price is going to be minimal. That is why these civil society people hit. They want a few people to maximize profit to the detriment of our population. And this is an age-old problem that Amos Twere is still trying to solve. So they will not run the narrative. We want to come to your station for a debate on this conversation.
Yeah, sure. That would be okay. Because honestly.
They have a conversation about the benefit to Liberia. A few people maximizing profit to the detriment of the population. Let's have that conversation. Thank you.
Okay, Mazwa Grace, but thanks so kindly. That was a quick one. Certainly we have reached out. That's why I said yesterday we have had more information about is this mission statement I'm trying to Who coming in on the side again? That counter statement. Who's there? Okay, let's see. No, who's that?
Hello, Julius.
Yes, welcome. Who's there?
Julius, thank you. This is Mohammed Belete. And I'm calling from District number 2, Mansoura County.
Why?
Yeah, Julius. So, firstly, when you're reading the press statement, I was actually nodding my head in agreement with the civil servant organization because, to be honest, Amos, one way or other, he has been doing a great job. But this particular decision to make FPRC to import petroleum product in the country, I don't see it as a perfect strategy. What it will do, now this is what it will do to Liberians, especially those who are involved into importation of petroleum products. These guys got hundreds of people working with them. So if the FPRC that's supposed to be regulating, petroleum activities.
No, but I am on LPRC's website, even though I've not seen the act yet, but I've seen somewhere that says LPRC history, where it says history of LPRC. The Liberia Petroleum Refining Company is a state-owned entity, wholly owned by the government of Liberia, with the mandate to procure and supply quality petroleum and petroleum-related products to the Liberian market. The LPRC is certainly a business entity engaged in profit-making activities. It has every power which a corporation now or hereafter organizing a Liberian business, blah blah blah. So It did
not say that FPRCs should be involved into importation.
No, but my man, wait now. Stop that. No, wait. No, hold on, my man. Wait. Take it easy. This statement, even though I'm still looking for the act, but this just on the history alone, the particular statement is very clear. The Liberia Petroleum Refining Company is a state-owned enterprise wholly owned by the Liberian government with the mandate to procure and supply. So it means they get it right to bring it in and supply it to the country. And what is the saying?
Now, I want you to also understand this, Julius. There was an agreement between the FPRC management, not under Amos. The agreement between FPRC management and the importers that the FPRC has waived her right to the importers to bring petroleum products.
Is there a written agreement to that effect, or it was just gentleman agreement?
It was a written agreement, and FPRC has a copy.
Okay, so let's see that agreement and what is that, and whether it has the force of law. But I was also concerned.
Let me conclude, Julius. I beg you, before you take me off, let me just conclude. Now,
man, what do you want to conclude again? Hurry. I gave you 30 seconds.
Okay, what the FPRC would do, it will make a lot of people jobless.
How now?
Especially great. Right. Now, if the FPRC decide to be bringing petroleum products, obviously, everybody want to be in good rapport with the government. So the retailer will want to work with the FPRC instead of the importers. And those importers got hundreds of people working with them. And they can only pay that. They can only pay their people.
Well, but then if by LPRC bringing in products will also reduce prices and all of that, then the citizens too could be happy. So it is a kind of catch-22 kind of situation. It's a very interesting discourse. I think we'll continue with it. I saw Representative Enes Mansie calling in. Sir, you can call back. Let's hear from you. Let me take Samukai Kruma. Samukai, just bear with me. You from LPRC, y'all get some good money. Hold on to that. Let me take the lawmaker on this one. I'll come to you, Samukai. Representative Mansie, welcome, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Julius. I've been following the conversation specifically on the issue of the LPRC saga. And our problem in this country is just difficult to solve. I listen to other callers say, oh, LPRC not supposed to be inputting. Like you read, LPRC is a business entity of the government. And by right, they're not even supposed to be doing regulations of the sector. The sector, the government entity that is charged with that responsibility is the LPRA.
Yeah.
The Nigeria Petroleum Regulatory Authority. I serve on the Committee on Hydrocarbon at the level of the House. And LPRC is squarely a business entity that was established to make profit and come up with their own business plan. So if today they come out to say they want to start importing petroleum products, I don't think there's any issue, and they are in no way going beyond their bound.
Okay.
So that's just a little contribution I wanted to make.
Thanks so kindly, sir. I appreciate the call. Let's go to Abraham Samukakurman. If you're a business person out there, you have other thinking. These conversations are okay. We'll just do the drug thing tomorrow when the people come in at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have them in. So yeah, let's just talk about the more important tool that gas. Everybody's affected. Gas and few oil. We're talking here. So Samukakurman, welcome.
Thank you, Julius. I will send you the art in just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
After the call, I will send you the art so you read it. In fact, in that art, it says exclusive right. LPRC is the only institution as per that art to import, store, and distribute petroleum and petroleum-related products in the commerce of Liberia. It is quoted in the act very, very clearly. So, change is difficult, Julius. Yeah, sometimes you try to...
Do you know if there was an agreement that for LPRC to...
They should supply you copy. There's no such agreement. There's no such agreement.
Okay.
The president authored it. I'm not sure. Like the Maswell said, people who you try to make some changes, they go behind, find these civil society organizations, they just go right.
No, don't say people find so that it is the people's right to have their say. Don't say someone go find them. No one went to find them. They will release their statement.
I know for sure that statement, in fact, that statement was not authored by that organization. That's what that statement on Banner FM page, and it was authored by somebody from there. So just go and check. You get a copy and they say, I know how these things are done. But however, Julius,
send it out.
I will send you the act.
Yeah, do it just now. Thanks so kindly.
Clearly that there is no such thing as overstepping our bounds. Thank you.
Thanks so kindly. You see, so these things happen everywhere. The clash of business interests and businesses and all these things. It happens everywhere. So there's a situation of something called fracking in getting gas and petroleum products that America had put ban on. Then Trump came in. Trump said he wanted the prices to come down. He lifted a ban on fracking. They started doing it in America and all that kind of stuff. At a certain point in time, Trump had to talk to OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, talk to them to bring the price down by 4 was going on the price in America to go down and all those kinds of things. Now, those kind of clashes of interest here, the government feels that, okay, we have a way here we can make profit here. We have an entity, it's a state-owned enterprise. Beyond just what it is doing, we wanted to take the other step of importing too. So while the other people importing and selling to, the government should be able to import and sell as well. It will ensure that this thing here may not finish, and it will always be on the market. Perhaps it could help in reducing the cost and whatsoever. I don't know that one. I'm not a business person, but I think it's okay for the business board to come on and have a say. So civil society came up and issued statement. Well, they have the right. My major concern is the two key allegations that they made. They have to be able to substantiate them. Let's be able to hear the other side. Is it going to affect business in such a way actually that people are going to lose jobs or whatsoever? Is it going to affect profit margin of these entities and all those kinds of things? So you put them in. as for some of us, no, it is not our area to talk. Yeah, that business, no. So whether some of the importers, yeah, talk. I shouldn't be scared. Nobody will do anything to anybody. Yeah, I mean, ever since today, my man, I called a general inquiry. That's it. What does the waterman have to say in the gas bin? You put a clear water, you got to import. Why you? Why you got to say?
As a matter of fact, Julius, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon still. Yeah, good evening. You know, it has a whole lot to do with our operations.
Okay.
You know, we cannot move a single step without electricity at the water treatment plants and everywhere. I'm looking at it like, okay, we from the common man perspective, right? Not taking into consideration too much the business people in their perspective. What does it bring? If LPRC is inputting, but we should first establish that LPRC is a business entity which was incorporated, I think, by Madame Felipe and the late Cletus Watterson as a business corporation. So they are supposed to import
And they're supposed to be making more money than what they're making, sir?
and distribute here and make more money for the government. But the point is, if they got into the market, how does it benefit us? So, for example, we help, number one, to stabilize the prices on the market. I know there are constant fluctuations on the world market, but if LPRC becomes a major importer, I'm not sure they are going to be retail seller or this and that. They will just import for the sake of creating that buffer, so that when there are shortages, there is a shortage, then they can come in. Will they distribute to the major importers? How does it help to reduce costs for major importers? Because they are not going to go on the retail markets. Are they going to help the major importers like the Aminata and so on, like Connex and all of those ones? What also does it do to stabilize the supply on the market? Will it help for us not to see the consistent in the past shortage that we used to see?
I think it is important to have the LPRC in on this to give us a deeper understanding of how it is going to be, rather than I think the way the president just announced that in months to come the LPRC will start to import that kind of shock that news sends out.
Yeah, but so let me say this. In casual conversation with the managing director, my colleague Amos Twere, they don't intend to come do retail business. LPRC does not intend to open gas stations and all this kind of thing.
Okay.
It's even going to be advantageous to the importers, the major importers, the major distributors, because LPRC is going to serve as that buffer. And they could say, okay, we are cutting costs.
But wait, more would it be wrong for government of Liberia, for example, to have filling stations across the country?
Well, I don't think it would be wrong, because people are talking about, it's going to cut jobs for people. They will lose their jobs. If government were to, I haven't done a full analysis, and this is a disclaimer. If they were to open more gas stations, it still means that they will employ more people. So they're going to sell below what the normal prices are on the market. I don't think so. So it's just going to increase the competition, and it's going to provide for we the consumers, the ordinary consumers, is going to provide more options.
Because one of the major concerns I've always had is far afield counties are far away. It's a little difficult to see actual gas stations in some of those places. You go there.
Precisely, like in the B-War counties, for example, in deeper parts in Lofa County, in the southeastern counties, even in Polo, that should be closer to here. There are many places
If when your car breaks down on the road because your gas finish or your fuel oil in the car, you have to break over there, look for one break to take you to the next point to get there. So all these things we have to look at the in-depth analysis of it, and it will be good for you to call the PRC authority to discuss about it.
Sure. Thanks so kindly, Mo, for calling in. I hope I want one of the business. The problem most of the business people can talk. So yeah, they ain't like talking. They won't be seen as fighting. Frank Gibson, let's hear from you. Why don't fish you got to fry in this oil? Go ahead.
You know, anything that government puts hand into to regulate is important. And as Mo say, exactly this is what I want to say. You know, when CDC had the fuel prices, if there was enough reserve of fuel in the LPROC coffers, that question would have been resolved easily. So if LPROC is coming to build gas stations, that's a wrong one. But I think there's procurement and distribution aspect I'm looking at. LPRC will bring the fuel and put it as reserve in their tankers. That's what even government here do. They go and bring their fuel, keep it, and whenever there is shortage on the market, then they give to those distributors. They make their own price. That will also suppress the price of the fuel. But if LPRC is coming or going Banga, or going Blanca, they keep out.
Okay, so we will try to reach out to the management. Maybe they can send some people to give us an idea of why it is like that. Also, it will not be a bad thing to hear from you, the business people, in terms of how it is supposed to be. So I got the act. It says an act granting exclusive rights to the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company for the importation, sale, and distribution of petroleum and petroleum products within the Republic of Liberia. Approved July 26, 1989, published by Authority Government Printing House, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, July 31, 1989. What about 3 years at home? So let me read the whole act. Then I'll take a few calls. Let me read the full act. Whereas the government of Liberia, of the Republic of Liberia, is the sole owner of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, a public corporation which is presently engaged in the importation and distribution of a certain portion of the petroleum products presently utilized in the Liberian economy. And whereas the government of Liberia considers petroleum and petroleum products to be strategic commodities which have an impact directly upon the security of the state and the viability of the Liberian economy. And whereas the government of Liberia is desirous of restructuring the strategic petroleum sector in order to ensure availability, efficient distribution, and safe and proper handling of petroleum products in the Liberian domestic market, as well as to increase employment, operational efficiency, and returns to scale the petroleum sector. Now, therefore, it is enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia in Legislature Assembled, Session 1. That immediately after the passage of this act, the following exclusive rights shall be and same are hereby granted to the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, LPRC. The importation of all petroleum products for the Liberian domestic market for internal use within the Republic of Liberia and or for a transaction through the commerce of Liberia shall be the sole and exclusive right of LPRC. And that no entity, individual, concessionaire, public or private corporation, nor any governmental entity, foreign or otherwise, shall import petroleum products into. But they answer looking how. It didn't want anybody else to get involved, so. Okay. There's an except. So let's read. The importation of all petroleum products for the Liberian domestic market for internal use within the Republic of Liberia and or for transaction through the commerce of Liberia shall be the sole and exclusive right of LPRC, and that no entity, individual, concessionaire, public or private corporation, or any governmental entity, foreign or otherwise, shall import petroleum products into the territorial confines of the Republic of Liberia except with the written consent of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company duly approved by the President of Liberia. So, for you to import, LPRC gotta say yes, do it. But LPRC is the only person that's supposed to import all of this. When they give you the right to do it, then you can do it. What the law says. 1. The Petroleum Refining Company LPRC shall be the sole and exclusive wholesale distributor of petroleum products and shall have the right to choose and or designate persons and entities that shall be giving or provided products for retail sale and distribution. 2. The Liberia Petroleum Refining Company shall have the right to designate its suppliers and enter into exclusive supply agreement with any foreign or domestic corporation upon the approval of the President of Liberia. So LPRC said, "Oh, I just do it too." They say, "Oh, we want you to distribute on our behalf. We want you to do that." And the president got to agree to say, "Okay, yeah, you bring that agreement. I agree to it before it happens." 3. The failure of any entity, individual, concessionaire, public or private corporation, or any governmental entity to comply with the provision of this act shall constitute a misdemeanor and shall subject such entity, individual, concessionaire, public or private corporation, or governmental entity to such fines and penalties as shall be provided by law. And the product so imported shall be confiscated and sold at the owner's expense. Section 2. All previous rights in the same regards given to individuals, concessionaire, public or private corporation, or any governmental entity are hereby repealed. So when they pass the law, the government says they give you any right before the time, that right going on. So that's how it been looking. So LPRC has been the one. So that's why they've been giving people the right, the business discussions, the different implications, and everything else. Let's take a few calls now. We have just 5 minutes to go to news time. It was healthy to bring this discussion up. But I want to hear more from the business people, and I want to hear more. Civil society people, the allegations you made, we want to hear more. It is important. Those are serious allegations, but you got to substantiate with names. You can't just say conflict of interest. You can say they're doing business with possibly sanctioned entities. You got to say it. What are those entities and all of that? It is very, very important. This should be a business person, I think. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello. Hello. This should be a business person. I'm not hearing you. Yeah, you know, those allegations are strong. If they are substantiated, then the conversation can get more interesting there. But welcome, let's hear you.
Good evening, Julius, and let me speak to your many listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm D'Souza and I'm Joe D'Souza. I'm both to community this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to appreciate you for the talking point. Look, the art is very clear, and I want to agree with the art 100% because it's going to help to regulate the prices of gas and fuel in this country. You will not get one feeding station with different price and another feeding station with different price. But the only thing we want to see in this country is when FPRC take tax again, because that is what they should be doing. If they take tax again, they should not prioritize foreign companies or foreign feeding stations. Let the liberalization policy be held to the core. Let it prioritize the liberal own business. They continuously be prioritizing the people own company. Thank you for the opportunity, my brother.
Okay, thanks so kindly as well. Let's hear you coming from here. Welcome. Oh, you went off. Let's just take a few calls. 777-700 995 555 995 995. The numbers to call, and you will be through to the OK conversation. Let's take this business person. Welcome. Let's hear you. I couldn't hear you first. I hope I hear you now.
Yeah, Julius, how you doing?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
This is Sheikh Jallo from the Painsville Business Association and a member of the board of directors at LPRC.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I think the government is on the right footing by having the product be imported by the Liberian government. I think this is something that all Liberians should commend them for. More beside, you have just read the right of LPRC. Since the existence of LPRC, we have been sold our right to private entities. And this is not uttering well for us. The only thing that LPRC is notable for the past years is just to collect, storage fee, which is not uttering well for the entity. Like for example, in Guinea, in other part of Africa, no private company even import petroleum product, or are being imported by the government. And the off-taker will be those major private companies that are in the country. They will come and do the off-taking. So this is a very good venture for the Liberian businesses. So what they have to do right now, because LPRC will not go out there to be selling retail at all.
Okay.
So Liberians should take charge and get to LPRC and be the off-taker of those products instead of allowing foreigners to come and do the off-taker. So with that, I think Liberian will benefit a lot. So I want to thank you once more for this opportunity.
Thanks so kindly as well for your call. That's how we will go. The time is out. The news is coming up next. Tomorrow will be another day. We will try, as we said, to reach out to LPRC, to business people. For me, it's a good conversation to hold, in terms of the details and everything else. It is not a bad thing to have this conversation. It's a good one. Let's understand it. At the end of the day, if it works well, yeah, that's why it is. My name is Julius. Tomorrow is